This upcoming episode, the podcast, I think about sometimes the letters we use in things and if you only had those. So I'm looking at this guitar case in my room right now that I'm recording in, and it says Gator. That spells gator. It's an animal. Some would say a reptile. Some would say a mythical beast. Some would say a dinosaur, but I call it alligator. But this is alligator shortened to gator, Gator. 3 letters away from being Gatorade. Yeah, so think about it, though. You know, you only have those 5 letters for the rest of your life. What could I spell with gator with those letters? So I could say tag. I could say rot, rat, rag. What's another one? Roat. I don't think that's I think that's a word. But anyways, we're here at the podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, everybody of all genders, and not just the guys, not just the girls, and not just the other boxes that you could check to identify with. All are welcome among the pod. Today is a great day. Today is a snowy day here in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of people out here are thinking of things to do in the snow. Should we sled? Should we do this? What should you do? I like to stay inside most of the time. But sometimes, sledding is something you could definitely go do. But I went to work today. I did my due diligence and worked and made my money. But now we're here podcasting. Now we're here talking about a lot of things that are going on. Just like I remember when I was first going into high school, and I was always, you're at the top of the food chain in middle school, then you go to high school. And then as in middle school, I would watch shows like, Drake and Josh mostly, and then Victorious was on, I think, at the time, and then I think Zoe 101. So that's how I thought high school was. This is what I thought it was going into high school. I thought there was pair phones. I thought there was, what else? People saying, "Whoa, just take it easy, man." Or Victorious, people painted their lockers and stuff. I thought those were like normal things. They weren't. And I also thought wet paint on the wall was going to be a big issue in high school. But I never saw one wet painted wall in high school. I thought I was going to see a lot of them. I was prepared, I would almost pre-look at a wall, touch it, and be like, all right, it's not wet. I'd let everyone know. But, wet paint was not an issue for me. They must have done that on the weekends or something. But on TV, they always had the gag joke of people getting pushed against the wet wall. Never saw it. And I think in the real world, they were like, well, if we have wet paint, someone's just going to get pushed into it and we're going to have to redo it. Smart of them. But we're here today. We're here to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just get it all going with a little intro. Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite jams I like playing here. It's almost the theme song for the pod. I'm thinking about getting rights to it, so that way then I don't have to worry about anyone else using it, or it will be kind of known as the DJP theme song. I was actually talking to my girlfriend recently, and we kind of have a sweet tooth here. I'm not a huge candy guy, but sometimes I like to have candy, and we have this drawer. We have a drawer of candy. And there's Hershey Kisses in there. We still had some Reese's Pieces in there. And I noticed that when I have a Reese's peanut butter cup, it scratches my throat. And it almost feels like it's hard to swallow a little bit. And I expressed this to her. And she said, maybe you're just allergic to peanut butter. And I was shocked a little bit. before I like have another one, I did have some peanut butter to like check and see if that was true. And I can have peanut butter. But does anyone else get like a scratchy throat whenever they have a Reese's peanut butter cup? Or is that just me? I don't know. I could be allergic, but I've had peanut butter before and it doesn't make me break out or anything. But I will say, not many times have I, I bring up food around people I don't really know. And I was in this group setting, our group final presentation with some classmates. And we were on Zoom, and Zoom breakout rooms are always like awkward. So I was trying to break the silence. So I was like, all right, I'll be right back. Went and made a snack, and I cut up an apple and had some peanut butter with it. I don't know if anyone else has that as a snack, but it's one of my favorites. And because it's healthy. And I'm sitting there on Zoom, and I'm like, all right, hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back. They're like, oh, hey, what you doing? Or what'd you do? And I was like, oh, I had to go get a snack. What are you eating? And I was like, oh, I'm eating peanut butter and apples. And let me give you guys some context. These two students or other classmates aren't from America. That's all I'm gonna give you. They're not from here. Like, they've probably been here for years, but they both told me that they were not born here and were raised in a different country. I'm not gonna say what country because I don't know. I don't feel like that's relevant. And they were like, well, I don't like peanut butter, like straight up. I was like, okay, people don't like everything. And I was like, yeah, I have the crunchy peanut butter. I'm more of a creamy guy. So I thought in my head that they were like, oh, I don't like creamy peanut butter or crunchy. So I thought they were with me. But turns out they just don't like peanut butter, either of them. And from their culture, they're like, yeah, peanut butter is like not a thing. We don't like peanut butter. And this guy went on this like long tangent. And like, he was just sharing, and he was like, yeah, man, when I would have peanut butter, it reminds me of being an exchange student in high school. And, all the people there, they would just give us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I hated them. And I was like, damn, bro, you holding a grudge on some peanut butter? Like, peanut butter really got that hold on him, man. Just think, peanut butter just living in your head rent-free. What is it about the peanut butter? Is it the taste, the texture, the color, the possible crunchiness? This peanut butter was just living with him. And the other classmates like, yeah, I don't like it. That's all I really got. But I was like, I was low key, I'll be honest, a little offended. Because I like peanut butter. I'm not like a huge peanut butter fan where I'm like, spooning peanut butter out of the jar and eating it like that. But I do like it with my apples. And that's the truth. I'm also like, I'll be honest, I don't want the organic peanut butter. I want the Jif, and I want the Skippy one. I don't want the fresh stuff. I know it's better for you, but I'm used to the Jif and the Skippy stuff, man. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Even if it's great value from Walmart, I'll have it. But I can't do the nut butters, man. The healthy ones. Almond butter, it's pushing it. I haven't had cashew butter, though, to be honest with you. I should really try out these other ones. I've been seeing this guy on TikTok, too. His name's the Butter Dog. He's just been eating butter. He's just a big butter fan. So shout out to him, man. That's, he's all about butter. He also eats, like, all this other stuff, like meats and stuff. Like, he goes to the butcher shop and gets, like, the stuff, like, you probably wouldn't want to eat. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, check him out, the Butter Dog. Yeah, and so I've been building IKEA furniture for my place. In other words, I should say, to transition into something else. And that's been, I don't know, that's been okay. I built a dresser and I built a table. And before I looked at this stuff, I looked up like DIY stuff to like make around the house. Like, I don't have a garage or like a stuff to build stuff out of wood or anything because it would be too loud. But like, so I look at DIY stuff so I could kind of like occupy that part of my brain. And building this furniture from IKEA has helped with that. But like, otherwise, sometimes I look at DIY stuff. But But if your DIY stuff takes more than 10 minutes, it's not do it yourself at that point. I feel like it's just more of like you're like building something at that point. And people are going to be like, oh, DIY, that's what it is. But, you know, like a DIY project, if it goes over 10 minutes, that's damn near contracting. You know? Like if someone's like, yeah, oh, I saw this one time a long time ago. It's like how to build a bed frame, like DIY bed frame. And I was like, oh, this will be cool. Maybe I could figure this out. It took them like 45 minutes on the video sped up. So I was like, dude, this ain't DIY. Like I'm used to DIY being like 5-minute fixes, but I've also seen some bad DIY stuff, you know, so that's something I've been thinking. But yeah, I was really shocked that my classmates they hated peanut butter. And I'm usually pretty good about hearing people who don't like certain things. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I just felt like a low-key peanut butter attack a little bit. I felt like maybe this is what people like who are allergic to peanut butter feel like. And they just hate it. And this guy had to let it. Maybe he like was low-key bullied for having a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Or maybe he was like had a traumatic experience as he was eating peanut butter. That's what I think about sometimes too. Okay, yeah, man. That's something I've been thinking. But yeah, to go along with the DIY thing, to go back to that, I know I'm going back and forth. Some things should just be bought. You don't got to make it, you know, just buy it. And what do I mean by that? You know, like I just said with peanut butter, just buy the Jif or the Skippy one, man. Unless you got allergies, okay, I get it. But what do you guys think is something that should just be bought? You know, just spend the extra money and just buy it. I feel like the nicer toilet paper is something you should just buy. Or some people would argue, be like, hey, you should just buy the bidet. I haven't bought that yet. Not a bidet guy. You know, I'm old school. I like the regular toilet paper. And, you know, if I need to freshen up more than that, I'm showering. But that's what the triple S is for, man. You know, I don't got to swear on here, but I'll let you guys think about what the first S is, but the second one is shower and shave. Think about what the first S is. Fill in the blank. But yeah, that's something. Yeah, it's true. But I went to actually Dick's Hamburgers here in Seattle because that's where I'm from. You know, I used to try to be like, oh, that's not where I live, but that's where I'm at now. But I'm like here and I'm other places too. I'm all over. But I was at Dick's in line at a restaurant, and it was a walk up when you go up and you pick a line. And I committed to a line. Let's just say for the sake of the story, I committed to line number 2 at this restaurant. And there's 3 other lines. And all these people are waiting to get their food, and obviously there's lines go at certain paces, and you got to pick which one you want to go to. And I picked lane 2. I noticed lane 3 was going way faster, and so did the guy ahead of me. So I went to lane 3, which was way faster than lane 2, and he took it personally. You guys ever been at like a restaurant or a fast food restaurant or anything like that, and you change lines and you get there faster? People take it so personal. Like you're judging them. I mean, and that's really what you're doing. But like, oh my God, like people like had the worst animosity at me for like even changing lanes to go get food. Because they knew that was the faster line. And this was before he even knew it was faster. This was before like he saw the lane moving. I was like, I just want to go over here. Because my brain thinks, okay, if there's someone else in that other line and they're ordering with someone, that will make the line go faster. But if there's a group of like 4 high school dudes, they're all going to split their thing and they're all going to do separate orders. Don't get behind them. You got to go behind, honestly, the couples, because you know the guy's probably just going to pick it up, or the girl in now today's world. So stand behind them because they're just going to order together. That's the way to do it. You got to figure out who's going to order together, who's ordering separate, because it will add up. If there's 4 high school kids, there's a single dude, there's another guy who's on the phone ordering who he's going to pick it up for, don't go behind that line. It's going to take them a long time. You go behind the line of like 2 couples, way faster. It's just my thought process. And I changed lines based on that, and I went faster. So it's the Dom line approach. And it works almost 80% of the time. But yeah, people take it personal when you change lines, man. That's just something. Yeah. But yeah. Let's see here. What else do I have in the line here? Oh yeah, I don't like buying paper towels or toilet paper. Not because I don't use them, but it's because of how much real estate or space they take in the house. If that makes sense. Because when I go to Costco, because that's where I like to get my toilet paper and paper towels, they just take up like a whole brick of space because I get so much. And people say, oh, you could stack them differently, which I should do. And maybe I should just take out this whole tangent because it could be easily rebutted. But that is something I think about. Toilet paper and paper towels take up a lot of room. And some people just like to buy one paper towel at a time. So that's, yeah. And then also, yeah, I think there's like a law about this, but I'm going to share about it. I went to the doctor's office, and HIPAA law is like where the doctors can't tell you what happened, but I think I can tell you. I went to the doctor's, and you know when you're in the doctor's office, again, this is me transitioning into a new story. If you're not with me, remember you were here on the Dom Joe's podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're now talking about me being at the doctor's office. Yeah. So I was in the doctor's office, and why is it so awkward to be like caught on your phone when you're in the waiting room? You know what I mean? So like say the nurse leaves, they're like, all right, your doctor will be with you shortly. You pull out your phone, you start scrolling, and they knock, and you like instantly throw your phone away. Have you noticed that? Just me? I feel like that might just be me. I need to get better at that. Also, like when people stare at me, I'm just going to start staring at them. Because they're staring at me, and then usually you look at them, you look away because it's like, okay, I don't want to make eye contact. I'm going to stop. I'm stop doing that. I'm just going to look at them. You know, they're staring at me. I'm going to stare right back, and I'm not looking away until they do. I got to win. What else? And the other topics of things. Oh, yeah. This is something I saw. I was actually at Pikes Place. Hold on. Oh, man, my throat got all messed up there. I was at Pikes Place Market, and they have a gum wall there. And there's a lot of people walking in, walking out, and, you know, going left and right, up and down. And I saw this guy with his dog. And he was letting his dog eat the gum off the wall. Get the dog off the wall. The dog don't need to be eating that. Come on, man. You're going to tell me people are chewing gum? When was the last time you ate gum? Probably since you were 7. That damn dog don't know the difference from gum or fucking T-bone steak. Probably the gum wall smells like old T-bone steak, to be honest with you. Get the dog off the wall. That's what I wanted to say, man. Like, you're just going to let him willingly eat the gum? Get him off the wall, man. That was embarrassing. Like, oh, man. I get it, you know, if you get $5 to eat the gum off the gum wall, I get that. You know, it's a bet, you're with your buddies, whatever. They know it's not good for them. The dog don't. You know, the dog's up on the wall looking at things, and he's just like he can smell everything. His sensors are intensified, you know, from ours. I think intensified is probably not the right word. It's like double, I should say. Their senses are heightened. That's how I should say it. And you're just like holding them with your loose leash, looking at your buddies. You know, your dog's eating a damn 5-course meal of gum. And you're the same person who's going to leave a bad review on a vet office because your dog, you know, they couldn't save your dog. Don't let your dog eat gum, man. I'm going to look this up right now. Okay, we're going to look it up on Google. Can dogs eat gum? Doubt it. Let's see. Sugar is too much for your dog's digestive system to handle. The consumption of things like gummy bears can lead to Wow, big word. A painful but temporary condition that may cause vomiting or diarrhea. Yep. You're the same guy who's going to get mad at his dog for shitting his pants too, aren't you? Get the dog off the gum wall, man. Come on, dude. That's the truth. Man, I love dogs, man, and I want to get a dog. I want to get a wiener dog really bad. And I do believe that wiener dogs are part wolf. Like, honestly, like, something in them, man. They got that wolf. All dogs got that wolf in them, man. That res dog definitely got wolf. And that's, that's the ongoing joke of the pod. And that's, I've been saying that for a long time. Yeah, he's part wolf. Yep. I was brought what's a common dog name here? Let's go with I brought Max to the hunting with me, and he had this like sixth sense, man. Just felt like he was part wolf. Or it's always the guy who has the mutt too. Yeah, part wolf. I'm not gonna keep saying it over and over again, because I know you guys have heard that joke before. But that is gonna bring me into announcement. We are going to be making the part wolf merch here on the DJP, so be on the lookout for those. What else has been going on in the world? Argentina won the World Cup. If you guys are big World Cup people, soccer, a lot of people actually got upset that USA was televising NFL right after the World Cup. And this honest question, how many of you watched the post-game interview after the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals or the NHL, the Stanley Cup or whatever, or the World Series? Usually when they win, it's like, all right, the game's over. Blink, you turn it off, right? How many people? I mean, I saw that the Argentina World Cup ended. They went to Messi and them holding the awards, and then they cut to the NFL game. I didn't see a problem, but maybe I didn't see the full thing. Maybe people were watching and it ended, and right as it ended, it went right to NFL. So I get maybe their frustration. But the World Cup did unite the world for just a short bit, and Argentina comes out on top. So my sports bettors out there, hopefully you guys had Argentina. If you guys are sports bettors, I went and bet $10 at the casino, but I did end up winning. But this is not an ad for casinos or anything, or to gamble. Remember that. I'm not telling you guys to gamble. But I am here to tell you that, life does hit you sometimes, man. Sometimes you get the flu when you've been bulking and you lose some weight and you step on that scale and you just feel a little flimsy, but that's just how it happens, man. You got to get back out there, got to start doing those curls again, them squats again, and that's like the metaphor of life, man. Something gets thrown in your way, a little sickness, little F on your test, little fired from your job, little girlfriend leaving you, little something else, somebody's, you're not part of the trust fund all of a sudden. Those are things that happen, man. And that's when you got to get up and you got to say, hey, this the next day. It's hard, man. It's fucking hard. I got on to the pod today, and just the lighting of the room and the whole seasonal depression shit, low key hit. I'm not going to be on. I'm going to be honest with you. And I was listening to sad music, and I was just like, how can I make this something? Because, I have some really cool people who listen to this, and I want to say thank you again. But we all have hard days, man. We all got them. Especially if you have hard days, looking at stuff on social media. Oh, man. Isn't that the worst when you start getting jealous? Isn't that the weirdest feeling, though? Gross. Feeling you never want to have. When you start getting jealous over social media. You start looking at something and you're like, oh, and then you start feeling gross, Got to put the phone down, man, just for a little bit. I'm not trying to be no motivational speaker. I got some hate, actually, on my couple posts ago of me telling people to be more hygienic. I got some hate about it. I got people saying, hey, you're being insensitive. And I think this is what the summary I got. I was being insensitive, and I wasn't thinking about how people were taking what I was saying. And I think it's because I said it shouldn't matter. It should be the most important thing you know. And you know what I'm here to say about the hygienic thing? I'm not sorry one bit. I still think you should do hygienics, be hygienic, even if you are depressed. Even more so if you are. So I'm here to double down on what I said. And honestly, you're having a bad day, having a shower ain't going to make it worse, man. Let the water cleanse, man. That's my idea. Since we're on our soap opera box, what else has been on everyone's mind? I know it's been a hard season, hard winter for people out here in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, or even up in the North. I know it's cold. Even on the East Coast, it's cold. Midwest, it's cold. Everywhere really except the Southwest. I think that's down. I think that's like the Arizona area. Yeah, Arizona area. I remember one time my Nana went to Arizona and she got us this cactus candy. Bomb, by the way. Super good. I could still remember it. I could still remember the taste. Yeah, that was dope. I could think about that. Cactus candy. And it was like in the shape of a cactus. So it's probably just like some sugar or whatever. It's probably just a regular, it probably wasn't even a real cactus. It just looked like a cactus, but it was bomb. And I remember. And it was special. But yeah, so I've been, that's about it. Otherwise, I have some other stuff in my notes, I think. Let me run through it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is something I was thinking about. Yeah, man, some natives just bring themselves to tournaments and they don't got no money. They don't got no car. They ain't even got no place to stay. You know what they got? They just got hope. They got hope. Someone's got a place to stay for them. Someone's got some money to spot them a drink and maybe some food. And they're hoping for a ride. They're just hopeful, man. Sometimes all you need to bring to a tournament, a powwow, a gathering, a ceremony is just being hopeful. You show up being hopeful in a good mood, you're going to get a burger from someone. Someone's going to hand you a Pepsi. You're going to get a ride somewhere if you're just hopeful and nice. That's my thought process. You go through life just being hopeful and nice, man. You're going to get something, I think. Even if it's just like, oh yeah, we had an extra piece, here you go, you're over here making us laugh and stuff. But you start acting, that's another thing though. You start acting happy and hopeful, and then you start being lazy and contempt. What does that mean? It's almost like you're preying on people being nice. You start standing around the stand a little too long. You start standing around the tent a little too long. You're driving away the customers. You're standing near everyone when they're getting ready for the powwow, but you ain't dancing, and you're just kind of standing there awkward like this, That's fine, do your thing, but it's just you don't want to be that guy that just stands around like that. I've been that guy before, you stand around the firework stand, bullshitting too long. And then, no one's coming up to the stand and buying nothing. And then all of a sudden, you're like wondering why everyone's mad. I don't know why he was tripping. It's because you're driving away all them damn sales. Hanging around the stand too much. God. I know people have heard that before. Especially out here in Tulalip, man. Oh, man. I don't know why he got mad at me. He told me to fucking leave. And I was over there trying to help him. I was bringing people in. The biggest lie in the Northwest, man. I was bringing people in. You were not bringing people in, bro. You're driving people away. The whole, can I help you? Oh, he's got the deal. That ain't bringing no one in, man. That ain't bringing nobody in. Oh, yeah. He's got the hookup. Think of something new. Oh, my God. Yeah, so. Yeah, I was help bringing them in. I was breaking boxes. No, you weren't. Just lies. Happy and hopeful, man. Happy and hopeful. Anyway, happy holidays. Whatever holiday you celebrate. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys probably in 2 weeks. I'm just gonna be honest. Probably 2 weeks. So See you guys next time. Wait.